is on ESPN. Today from Lawrenceville, New Jersey, the preseason favorite, Niagara Purple Eagles arrive in Central Jersey at 4-4 in league play to take on the Rider Broncs tonight on ESPN+. Hello, everyone, and welcome courtside alongside former Penn State Lady Lion Martin Walseth. I'm John Moses. Well, Niagara is finally getting healthy here in late January. Martin, what are the keys to slowing down their attack?
Because they are healthy, they can really dial up the chaos and the havoc that they can create on the defensive end. And so for Rider, they really need to demonstrate composure. Expect full court pressure every possession. Survey the court, use their ball fakes, strong pivots, demonstrate composure.
Broncs trying to bounce back from a tough loss on their home floor last Saturday against Mount St. Mary's, but the calm, steadying presence of senior point guard Molly Lynch has provided the Broncs a real boost in their matchups with Niagara.
Last season, Molly had her career high in points and assists up at Niagara, so she's got to be feeling good coming into this game, knowing the competition, and then also knowing she did not miss from the field in that Mount St. Mary's game.
And for the Purple Eagles, it really all comes down to the Parker sisters. Angel and Aaliyah Parker, both first-team All-MAAC selections a year ago.
They're dynamic players, obviously, can really hold their own on the defensive end, but capable scorers leading their team, also fantastic rebounders. Most impressive in their win over Quinnipiac in overtime, Angel, the older sister, had 8 steals.
Well, big night in the MAAC as the Broncs and Purple Eagles are ready to go from Alumni Gymnasium in Lawrenceville. It's Amelia Strong and Kaylin DeVinny jumping center and tracking it down. Angel Parker for Niagara. Martin, what do you have on these Niagara jerseys? I love these road blacks.
I think they have some swag. They have some strength to them.
Sort of an old school element, right?
It allows you to wear black shoes.
Strong missed it inside. DeVinny clears it, and here's the problematic in the backcourt. Can't have this against this Niagara team that is playing into just how they want to play, Martin, with immediate pressure in the backcourt. Tie-up will keep it with the Broncs.
Amelia Strong smothered the rebound immediately. Oftentimes, teams press or show full court pressure after a made foul shot, after a made field goal. Niagara does it off of a missed basket, a defensive rebound every single possession.
That is Sanaa Redmond missing inside. Rebounded by Aaliyah Parker. Strother can't get the roll from beyond. Strong missed on the offensive glass. And then the rebound knocked out by the Broncs, and there's a Purple Eagle shaking up on the play. It appears to be Aaliyah Parker. Aaliyah helped back to her feet.
Already in this less than 60 seconds of a basketball game, we've seen 2 possessions where bodies are flying, the physicality is brought to the floor.
Inbound is Strong. And a foul is called on Langen inside. Well, Taylor Langen, one of the MAAC's best rebounders. Just shy of 9 a game, second in the league. She's got her hands full tonight. And Strong asserts herself inside for the first points. No surprises among this starting 5 for Rider. We expect to see quite a bit of Molly Lynch tonight. Schiffer gives it up, and Strother pays it off.
There's one thing to press, slow you down, get you out of rhythm. There's another to create turnovers that turn into offense, and that is how the Purple Eagles play. They turn their steals into offense.
Jessica Schiffer answers for the Broncs, her first triple.
Jessica Schiffer for 3.
Well, for the Purple Eagles, they will play 11, really 12 on this roster. Marley Dickerson in the starting lineup today. She was terrific in Niagara's victory against Quinnipiac in overtime last weekend.
Head coach Jada Pierce was raving about Dickerson and just how she's used extra time in the gym, time in front of the film, bought in, working a little bit harder, and earning her minutes.
And that is Dickerson And she missed it all. Redmond trying to break out of it for the Bronx. I mean, there are all different kinds of presses that Niagara will employ, especially in the half court. Schiffer missed a pretty good look there from the corner. We'll see player-to-player pressures. We'll see zone trappings in the full court. Niagara will play this pressure all 40 minutes of the game. Strong misses. Cleared by Langen. Bronx looking to run. Michaela Fireball running the floor, and she is fouled by Angel Parker.
When you have the skill set that supports being able to play at a faster pace, that's the best way to avoid the pressure. You see Fireball there in transition, taking contact, playing strong. The last thing you want to do against a very aggressive full-court team is to dribble. Be methodic, be slow, let them set up, let them get in rotation and communication.
Early free throws for Michaela Fireball. That was a big part of her career-high 31 points against Niagara in the matchup up in Niagara Falls last January. 1 out of 2 for Fireball. Ari Hicks on the floor, sophomore guard from Punta Gorda, Florida. It's Alyssa Rossignol as well. Dickerson, her runner missed, and a foul on the rebound. This is called on Langen, and that is her second personal.
That's tough for Ryder. We're going to take a look here. The shot goes up. You see a little hooking both ways there. But Taylor Langen is so important to this Ryder team and the strength that she brings, her rebounding ability, and certainly also brings a level of composure and confidence that comes with her experience.
So Mariona Cause is on the floor for the Bronx in place of Langen. Redmond in some trouble, and Struther pushed her to the floor. Boy, Destiny Struther, graduate student from Flint, Michigan. One in addition. All kinds of high-level experience at Marquette, 3 years at Pitt, and now her 5th year of college basketball at Niagara.
Head coach Jada Pierce was telling us she was exactly what they needed. They needed somebody who could knock down threes, would play that high level. She checked every box.
Schiffer looking for some contact, but tosses in a tough shot.
It's called creating something out of not a whole lot. And now we're seeing Ryder play a zone. They're going to switch up man and zone. They can play both.
Porter missed it. And the rebound by Mariona Cause. Foul's going to go on Sage Glover.
I got to be honest, John. I don't know if I'm Ryder. I don't know that I want that foul called. I just want to be able to get up the floor. I don't want to have to go against their press here.
Yes, usually as coaches you say to yourself, well, we don't want live turnovers for the opponent. We don't want the game to play up and down because that's how Niagara wants to play, as the Bronx give it up here. Because it's particularly offensive situations like that, but it's also one of those games where you don't love putting the ball in bounds as a dead ball.
40 minutes of full court, 94 feet is tough mentally, obviously tough physically, and now without Taylor Langdon, just adds a different dimension.
High-low action inside. Glover finishes plus a foul. Foul's going to go on Mariona Cause.
Mariona Cause got there a little slow. She was straight up. But she's a little bit slow and then moves into the offensive player. You've got to play that plane of verticality.
Deviney clears Glover's miss, but, this is the trouble, is that even off a made or missed free throw, it's not easy to get the ball up the floor. Well done by Niagara to really scramble there defensively. This is Sanaa Redmond. Fireball lets fly and missed it from beyond. Rebound chased down by the Purple Eagles. Glover, Hicks, and in transition, laying in two. That's Lori Porter.
Nice give and go action. Porter gave it up and kept moving, cutting to the hoop.
Fireball to the rim. That one partially blocked. Back and forth we go, halfway through the first quarter. And another layup inside for Sage Glover.
When you talk about establishing styles of play, Rider has done that early. Niagara has done that early with their pressure, getting up and being able to score in transition and not having to worry about half-court offense as much.
Cause a touch late with the pass. Dickerson on the run for Niagara and will shoot two as Redmond tried to tie her up. Well, a little more than 5 minutes of action and already 15 field goal attempts for Niagara. They've got a 4-point lead halfway through quarter number one.
At Fulton Bank, we're personally invested in every community we serve. So sometimes we're big in small ways, like finding a way to get Crystal and Dan a mortgage before the baby arrived. Other times we're small in big ways, like local decision-making and financial coaching that helped Fernando open his own shop. Fulton Bank, a community bank that's big and small in all the right ways.
People ask us, why do you do this? Risk your life for strangers. Because they're not strangers. They're neighbors. You, me, us. And this is what neighbors do. When times are good, and when they're not. You stand up. You lend a hand. One person, one neighbor at a time. This time, the next time, and every time.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
We are more than athletes.
We strive to create an environment where student athletes feel comfortable speaking about their mental health struggles.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death for teens and young adults ages 10 to 34.
25.5% of adults ages 18 to 24 are having seriously considered suicide this month.
Let's eliminate the stigma where asking for help is a sign of weakness.
Let's talk about it now so we don't regret it later.
You are not alone. Call 988 if you are experiencing a mental health crisis.
Today's broadcast is presented by Capital Health, Minds Advancing Medicine, and by Fulton Bank. Smarter banking starts right here. Live look at the Ryder Pub. School back in session this week in Lawrenceville. Well, the first week back in classes, you must really appreciate that, Marn, as a coach, where the players can sort of get back to the normal rhythms.
Coaches don't mind so much being the only people on campus, but it's the players. They're used to a certain energy, a rhythm, cafeterias being open, just seeing people on campus. And sometimes it feels very isolated that you and the men's team, maybe the wrestling team, are the only people on campus. So student athletes these basketball players are very happy to see their classmates back.
That's certainly the case throughout winter break. For the Bronx, who played right before New Year's at Lehigh, they actually went up an extra day early so that they could sort of have an opportunity to do some team building off campus. Leah McIver checks in for the Bronx. Taylor Langen, 2 personal fouls at the 7-minute mark in the first quarter. We've got a foul here in the backcourt. This is on Amelia Strong.
Niagara competent Amelia Strong.
McIver was strong with the basketball, not allowing the physicality, the hands to interfere. That demonstrates composure, builds confidence.
2 point guards in the game for the Bronx, McIver and Lynch. McIver, some trouble connecting it. Hicks comes up with the takeaway for Niagara. 3 ball up for Porter is no good. And cleared by Michaela Firebaugh. Cause through the back door. Firebaugh was the target. Bronx will keep it. Deviney the target inside, and it's taken away by Aaliyah Parker. Porter, Angel Parker, got it to go against the 6'3" Deviney.
That was a senior. I don't care if she's a guard or a post, but that was a senior really taking a freshman to school and just using her body and the quickness. That's what I've been most impressed with here, is the difference of quickness that Niagara is showing on both ends of the floor.
Boy, look at the activity defensively. Lori Porter with the takeaway and lays it in with the left hand. Timeout, Lynn Milligan. This is now 11 straight points for the Purple Eagles. And Lynn Milligan wants to calm her team.
6 turnovers here in the first quarter, and we're not even done. It feels like Lynn Milligan is trying to just stop the bleeding. Here we see clearly hand in the passing lane. Michaela Firebaugh could have gone back door, showing some patience and some strength with the basketball. I'm really seeing Niagara forcing Ryder to play faster than they can think.
I got to tell you, partner, thinking back to my high school days, I hated playing against an opponent like this.
As a post player, I felt rather helpless.
Oh, well, right. I mean, you don't get your normal touches within the half court, and it's just such a different factor for a post player.
And you're watching your guards do everything that they can, and they're 30 feet from you. You're told to spread the floor. Don't bring too many people to the basketball.
Firebaugh to the baseline and lays it in. Breaks the run for the Bronx.
Nice, strong baseline drive. Little double clutch there for Firebaugh. And now Ryder gets the steal through a press.
Well done by McIver, and then that one denied by Aaliyah Parker, covering up for her sister Angel, who is slow to get back to her feet. Certainly some basic concepts you're probably reminding your team of in a game like this, Maren. You know, being strong with the basketball. Don't pick up your dribble in bad spots or in general. That ball was kicked, but we play on. Hicks the other way. Tied up by Deviney and got it back. Fowler comes up with it. Or pardon, Shelby Fiddler. And Angel Parker sucking some wind. Final 3 minutes here in the first quarter. Parker driving against McIver. No. That shot hit the rim, but we play on. Aaliyah Parker over Cause. That's good.
I like that little Sigma reverse pivot, jab, hands go down of your defender. Such a rhythm shot, so easy.
McIver. Molly Lynch tries a three. Missed it off the back of the rim. Good box out and rebound from Amelia Strong. Sophomore forward. Hometown kid, Niagara Falls, New York. Cardinal O'Hara High School. Same high school program as Angel and Aaliyah Parker. 11-point lead for the Purple Eagles. Parker with 5. Hicks tough shot against Lynch and gets the roll.
Molly Lynch was using her length, but Hicks was more creative.
So that's a plane warning against Aaliyah Parker for breaking the plane of the baseline on the inbounds.
Folks might be confused. We have a plane warning in the zoo. Figure that one out.
That's a good one, Mark.
Appreciate it, John. Thanks.
Well done. Can't leave Fireball, and she makes the Purple Eagles pay.
Much needed bucket for Ryder. 2 minutes without a basket.
Michaela Fireball, 5th in program history, and 3-pointers made in her career. Got a bit of a cheap foul in the backcourt on Sanaa Redmond that Lynn Milligan is pleading her case about, and that is the 5th team foul. So free throws here for Ari Hicks. Second on Redmond to go with 2 on Taylor Langen, and Mariota Cause has a foul as well. And that 5th team foul has not gone on to the scoreboard, hence the question from the 3 officials. But in the live stats here, I see 5 fouls. It's just Lake Kent on the board.
And now it has not been adjusted. They're still working it out over there.
Well, nevertheless, first free throw good for Hicks. Sophomore guard. Missed last weekend's games against Quinnipiac and Manhattan. Back today. I think that was part of what was so impressive of Niagara's overtime win against Quinnipiac. Down a couple of key bench pieces in Hicks and Glover and Rosenall, and still able to come away with an overtime win.
The rotation and the depth is so important because of the way that Niagara plays. They need 11, 12 to keep up the pace.
Fiddler missed from 3. Redmond chases it down for the Bronx. Cause. She's got a small player on her. McIver. Defended by Parker. This is Sophie Brunches. That was off the side of the backboard.
And how Niagara will hold for the last shot. They've been successful going downhill, splitting defenders.
Aaliyah Parker. The step back was partially blocked by Cause. That's a nice defensive stand to finish the first quarter for the Bronx.
And most importantly, Ryder was able to get that defensive rebound. Oftentimes it's not the first shot that kills you, it's the second one, the offensive rebound. Kudos to the Ryder Bronx for playing it through.
It's a 10-point lead for Niagara after 10 minutes tonight in Lawrenceville.
Nothing beats the power and excitement of live events like TicketSmarter. If you are looking to experience and enjoy the power and excitement of all the sports, concerts, and theater events, visit TicketSmarter.com and download the app today. Don't miss out. Smart things start at TicketSmarter.com. Athletics and Adidas are here to create. Gear up for game day at the Rider University Bookstore. Brings us to a finally so the first half. Rider University 18, St. Peter's 11.
Well, it's a couple of head coaches in the building that go a long way back. Lynn Milligan for the Rider Bronx and Jada Pierce for Niagara. Jada Pierce, of course, a Philadelphia native, played at Westchester, previously an assistant at St. Joe's. That's where Lynn Milligan served some time as an assistant before taking over the head coach position here at Rider.
I've known Jada Pierce for a number of years, and this is the first game I've actually either competed against her or called a game. Quite exciting just from watching people in the business grow, move on, get their own programs.
And Jada Pierce now in year 9 as the head coach at Niagara, more than 25 years of coaching experience. 3 ball no good to begin the second quarter by Destiny Strother. Such an important player for Niagara. Purple Eagles really need her to stretch the floor. This is Taylor Langen playing with 2 fouls. Brunt just misses. Look at McIver on the glass. That is a tie-up.
Nice hustle there by McIver. I wanted Taylor Langdon to shoot that 8-foot jumper. She's been on the bench. She's going to be an integral part here of this comeback. If Rider's able to do it, she needed to shoot the basketball.
Firebaugh tracks it down in the backcourt, and you know, for me, Marin, it feels like Taylor Langen plays a indispensable role for the Bronx today because of her ability to put it on the floor. She gets hit with a travel here.
She fills many components, many needs. She's tough. She rebounds the heck out of it. She draws help defense, which creates for opportunities for others. She certainly can score. Rider continuing to switch up their defense to keep.
Pretty good show of speed there from Angel Parker. Purple Eagles give it up. Langen backing in and gets it done off the window, defended by Lori Porter.
Better decision there by Taylor Langdon, seeing and understanding she had the mismatch and showing patience to get off the little hook shot.
Nice catch inside and finish. Perfectly done in the half court as Kylie Buckley sets up Sage Glover inside.
Sage Glover did a great job of holding that seal, working Michaela Firebaugh up the lane line.
Langen for 2. Rebounded by Strother. Angel Parker turns on the Jets. And Schiffer comes up with a takeaway. Firebaugh has it knocked away.
Rider does not want to get into a track meet with Niagara, but they do want to play at a faster pace in transition versus numbers, and this is one of those opportunities. I'd like to see Firebaugh hold that a little closer to her chin.
Firebaugh in the mid-range and missed it off the back of the rim. Glover has the floorboard for Niagara. Parker. Glover lays it in.
That's one way to score in transition. Take a quick shot and get an offensive rebound.
Firebaugh is called for a travel.
Turnover number 9 for Rider.
Niagara turns over their opponent on average 25 times per game.
outstanding, I guess, if that's the right word. Obviously, Jada Pierce thinks it's outstanding. Lynn Milligan has got to think something completely different. But with those turnovers, they forced 9 turnovers here already tonight, resulting in 11 points. And you think about the differential, and you just think, how can Ryder control half of those turnovers? You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to not turn the basketball over. No coach is expecting that.
Good ball movement on the perimeter. Hicks missed it. Parker is going to get called for a foul.
Niagara foul 11, Angel Parker. That's her second personal.
And that is the second on Angel Parker.
Quick hands by Angel Parker.
Here comes Destiny Struther for Parker.
Exchanging the driving, the attack ability for really a great shooter who, nice execution on the sideline, out of play. Deviney did a great job of keeping the basketball high and scoring quickly.
Yeah, Deviney struggled with a couple of those quick finishes against Mount St. Mary's last weekend. And a 7-point defeat for the Bronx. 2-5 in league play for the team picked 10th in the preseason poll. McIver, the poke away. Smart decision by Schiffer, and here comes Aaliyah Parker, nearly into the table.
Nearly into the broadcast.
Well, yeah. I was losing a laptop. That was probably the answer to the question. Langen. Ooh, she just picked up her third foul.
Offensive foul number 23,
Taylor Langen has been limited to just about 7 minutes in this first half. 3 minutes in the first quarter and 4 minutes here in the second. She's now got 3 personal fouls.
And we see Parker there standing in, taking that charge. When you and I spoke with Jada Pierce earlier today, I asked, what's your biggest concern? And she said Taylor Langdon. Clearly, eyes are on her, reading the help, understanding her importance on this team, and really making it hard, and now she's on the bench.
Parker, after it on the glass, couldn't lay it in. Well, some quality minutes here in the second quarter for Kaylin Deviney. She's already got 3 blocked shots. Schiffer, that is off the hand of McIver and out of bounds.
Marley Dickerson there had textbook hand in the passing lane defense. Up the line a bit, thumb pointed down.
Dickerson, who had such great minutes defensively down the stretch of that game against Quinnipiac. Struthers strokes 2 in the mid-range. Lynch directing traffic right now for the Bronx with Jessica Schiffer, Mariana Cause, Kaylin Deviney, and Michaela Firebaugh. 8 to shoot for the Bronx. Firebaugh knocks down a triple.
Big shot for Michaela Firebaugh.
Struther answers from the corner.
And then there is the answer, which allows, again, Niagara to pick up in the full court, trying to create havoc and speed speed Ryder up.
Foul here is on Aaliyah Parker, her first. Well, teams trading threes in the middle minute of the second quarter. It's a 12-point advantage right now for Niagara.
When you don't lock your car, you've left an open invitation. Turn your car off, take the key or fob, lock the door. Your stolen car may be used to commit other crimes. So lock it or lose it. Brought to you by the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor.
At Fulton Bank, we're personally invested in every community we serve, like local decision-making and financial coaching that helped Fernando open his own shop. Fulton Bank, a community bank that's big and small in all the right ways.
People ask us, why do you do this? Risk your life for strangers. Because they're not strangers. They're neighbors. You, me, us. And this is what neighbors do. When times are good, and when they're not. You stand up. You lend a hand. One person, one neighbor at a time. This time, the next time, and every time.
Time now for our trivia question tonight. Of course, preseason expectations high for Niagara this year. When was the last time they were in the MAAC title game? It is a question we will answer later in today's broadcast. Well, through about 15 minutes in this one, typical Purple Eagles basketball. Marn, 33 field goal attempts.
With Tanner Langen on the bench now, no doubt for the rest of this half, where does Ryder come up with their field goal attempts? Yes, they have to value the basketball to get the shots up, but who's going to step up and help Schiffer and help Michaela Fireball?
Lynch, Cause, and Devaney are the other three on the floor right now for the Bronx. Lynch in a touch of trouble. Schiffer comes to get it, and this is a foul against Dickerson. Third team foul on Niagara.
Foul number 20, Marley Dickerson. That's her first.
That is the third foul that that Jessica Schiffer has drawn by coming and meeting the pass, by being strong, by coming with two hands. It is technically on the stat sheet, but that's not a stat that necessarily results in points or is easily talked about, but so important nonetheless.
Boy, Parker really in the pocket of Molly Lynch. Cause putting it on the deck. Mariona Cause is fouled on the way by Struther. It's a good half-court sequence for Mariona Cause, who spent a lot of time with the ball in her hands in this one.
And in that possession at the elbow, showed a lot of patience. Waited for the cutters to leave. Used the defender as the access and spun nice and tight.
I imagine that's really part of the discomfort of playing against Niagara, is that the ball is so pressured by their guards that your wings and forwards tend to do a little more ball handling.
And the size that Niagara has in watching individual players for Ryder, their teammate with the basketball just can't see them. They're being fronted. They're being denied. Niagara is imposing their size and their will along with their athleticism and activity to make some of these passes extremely difficult.
Aaliyah McIver back in for the Bronx. Parker. Oh, wow. What a finish from Angel Parker using the window to her advantage.
We know she was out at the beginning of the year, certainly fighting her way back.
Jessica Schiffer missed it inside, and then Cause commits a foul on the rebound.
That's a make that Jessica Schiffer is certainly capable and in this situation needed. But going back to Angel Parker, seeing a foul there by Cause. Going back to Angel Parker, you can tell that she's still working her way in through conditioning. You can tell her there's a little soreness in the lower body. But Coach Pierce said she was really pleased with the effort, as Cause now has committed fouls on both ends of the floor. Is that a discipline? Is that a focus? Is that a frustration part?
Well, this is an interesting factor now for the Bronx. That's another foul on Mariona Cause. Both Cause and Taylor Langen have 3 fouls on their credit, and they're going to take a look here to see if Destiny Struther was teed up on the three-point line, and should she be shooting 3 free throws or 2.
That's her third personal, team's third.
So for Ryder, the depth here of the reserves, of the bench, of the role players comes into play as Cause is in because Langen has 3 fouls.
Yeah, it's an interesting question, partner, and you don't want to give up too much size because Niagara does really go to the glass on both the offensive and defensive end. In my head, I'm thinking to myself, maybe it's a game where you can use 4 guards together, but you might be giving up too much on the glass otherwise.
If you go small, you do need to be extremely cognizant of crashing both ends. The advantage could be getting more ball handlers on the floor, but where does that leave you on the rebounding side?
Well, for the moment, Cause remains on the floor for the Bronx. And we will see how Lynn Milligan and her staff manage the last 3.5 minutes of the first half, and then really the first minutes of the second half as well. I mean, this is sort of an ongoing issue. Jamia Blake is off the bench for Ryder, her first appearance of the night.
To the line for Niagara, shooting 3. Number 13, Destiny Struther, 3 shots.
For Blake, her 14th appearance of the year. Bronx playing their 17th game tonight. Second one good for Destiny Struther. As we mentioned, began her collegiate career in 2019-20 at Marquette. 3 years at Pitt, and Niagara head coach Jada Pierce was talking about, it's a player that we were aware of on the AAU circuits. We knew her in high school. We knew we didn't have a chance to sign her coming out of high school, but when we saw her name in the portal for a 5th year, we said to ourselves, well, this could be a really nice fit for our program.
And that's honestly where relationships come into play. You never know why kids are going to want something different down the road, and being able to go back on solid relationships with the coaches, the circle, the family is so important.
And Coach Pierce went on to mention assistant Les Harbin had some connections to the AAU programs that Destiny Struther played in Michigan, as the Bronx are called for a turnover here. This is their 12th.
Niagara seems to be a step ahead on the defensive end. Yes, they play fast, they create havoc, but they have taken away the pass and forced Ryder to go to options 2 or options 3.
Struther missed from the corner. Dickerson chases down an offensive rebound for Niagara. They're 9th already tonight. Angel Parker inside, lays it in. Nice find from Struther. Angel Parker went to the deck. Bronx have a player advantage at this end of the floor. Blake, that's for 2. No. Parker leaking out. This is Marley Dickerson with an easy finish. Largest lead of the day for Niagara. Foul here on Dickerson, reaching in, and that is the 15th foul, so Michaela Fireball will shoot 2 for the Bronx.
Second personal, team's 5th of the quarter. Into the apron
Rider's facing a deficit and continuing to play strong, meaning meet the pass, especially with the bonus here for this last 2:15. How can Rider chip away a little bit by playing strong? Not playing outside of themselves, playing outside of their skill set, doing more than they're capable of, but playing simple, meeting the pass, using the ball fake, rebounding with two hands, being able to absorb the contact that comes with the aggressive nature that Niagara plays with.
You almost feel like you try to have to manage this specific segment of the game to sort of keep the lead in check, make sure it doesn't balloon to, say, 20 or 22 before you get to halftime.
It is cliche to say, but the first 2 minutes, the first 5 minutes, the last 2 minutes, the last 5 minutes are so important.
Strong missed inside, and then on the follow, Glover missed, and I think Firebaugh took a shot as part of that.
Looks like Firebaugh is okay, but touching her nose, such a sensitive place.
Strong inside, lays it in. Really nicely done on the inbounds play.
No pun intended, but that was a very strong move in comparison to defense.
McIver attracts a crowd. Good ball movement by the Bronx. Schiffer misses it off the back of the rim. Leaking out, that is Sage Glover. She lays it in, plus a foul. The Purple Eagles simply do not stop flying.
Of course not. They're in the zoo. We're seeing the leak out here. And Jessica Schiffer, undisciplined.
Glover completes the three-point play with the rainbow free throw. It's out to a 23-point advantage. And, let's consider this for a moment, Maren. You look back in the series history between these two programs and you see that Niagara has gotten out to big leads before and in some cases have given it back as Schiffer misses inside for the Bronx. When the game has as many possessions as you tend to have in a game based on the pace of play, you're going to have chances to make up a deficit. Porter misses. And finally, McIver grabs the rebound for the Bronx. 1 minute to go in the first half. That's Davini for two. Well, even when the Bronx get a good look, it's not falling right now.
When you're facing this much pressure, meaning every single possession, some players, the less experienced players, often are rushed in their shot. Just so pleased and happy that they haven't turned it over. The shot is a little out of rhythm, maybe a little out of their range. Where leadership from somebody like Langen, who's on the bench, could be helpful.
Well, personal foul goes on Michaela Firebaugh. It's her first. A couple of free throws here for Glover. Senior from Columbus, Ohio originally. Already 11 points and 7 rebounds off the bench for Glover.
I love looking at rosters and seeing where kids are from, and you know that with the success that Niagara has, given a very specific style of play, Jada Pierce and her staff are able to go anywhere in the country, certainly this half of the country, the eastern side, but they can pull from New York, from the Virginia area, out into Ohio, because they are very clear on this type of player that works so well in their system.
And I presume to some degree, Jada Pierce is in her 9th year running this system at Niagara. I presume that she has a pretty good idea of AAU programs or high school programs that, tend to play a similar style where it might be a nice starting place to look for players. Couple of free throws for Porter. 31 seconds to go in the half. This is Schiffer. Clock's just about even here. You see the Bronx playing with Fireball in the middle of the zone right now. That's an adjustment they've made here. Just 7 first-half minutes for Taylor Langen because of foul trouble. She's on the sideline with 3. Aaliyah McIver with 5 seconds to go. Puts it off the window for the Bronx. Hicks. Probably wouldn't have counted. But the Purple Eagles end up dominating the first half because of the Bronx foul trouble. As Cause and Langen are limited with 3 personal fouls right now. Be sure to stick with us here at the break. We're going to take a look through some highlights, take a look at some stats and more. It's a 23-point game at the break.
Morgan's message honors the life and legacy of Morgan Rogers, who was a Duke University lacrosse player. She tragically died by suicide in 2019 after battling with her own mental health battles. The organization was created to kind of bring awareness to mental health in student athletes and kind of try to like break the stigma of like talking about your mental health. As athletes, like it's really easy for us to say, hey, like my knee hurts, like I need help. But if you're struggling with something mentally, you're not. Some people aren't as open with it, and I think that really needs to change, and that's kind of what Morgan's message wants to do.
Morgan's message has done a phenomenal job ever since its inception to, bring these conversations to the forefront, almost force us to have those difficult talks and find a way to normalize talking and seeking help for mental health, especially in the student-athlete population.
I had my own experience with bipolar. I got diagnosed bipolar while I was away at Ohio State, and I wasn't finding any help. I wasn't asking for help. I was avoiding the situation completely. I was trying to figure it out on my own, and just people I loved reached out and tried to help me and figure out what was going on and find me help and get me back to the place that I needed to be. And so that's kind of how I got introduced to Morgan's message, and just basically getting past the fear of asking for help and telling people that you're not always perfect.
Personally, I've struggled with my own mental health problems pretty much my whole time as a student athlete. When I got here, I kind of got an injury right away, and having like a physical health issue was something hard, but what was harder was having the mental health problems that came with it. And I just want people to know, like, you're not alone in struggling, and it's okay to not be okay, and you're more than just an athlete. Like, you're a human first, and I think that's like really important.
Morgan's message really kind of goes hand in hand with what we have been trying to do here at Rider Athletics. We have a number of initiatives that we started going way back in 2020 when we were all, at home in lockdown during COVID. We started getting all our coaches certified in mental health first aid. In fact, I believe Rider University was the first school to get each and every single coach and administrator in the athletics department certified in mental health first aid. The other resource that we have here for our student athletes is the embedded counselor, who is specifically working with student athletes.
It can be really hard to reach out and want help, but I think it makes it a little bit easier when you have it right here on campus and you have a support team of people that really want you to use these outlets and really encourage you to get the help that you need. I've struggled before, somebody else has struggled before, someone's going to struggle after me, and like, that's okay, it's bound to happen, but there's things that we can do to kind of like help you with that and help you like work through those issues.
You got to be prepared for things getting tough, and you also have to understand that that's okay, and you'll be okay as long as you keep moving forward.
We want to break the barriers. We want to break the stigma that is attached to seeking help for mental health. And we want to normalize having discussions and seeking help for mental health for all our student athletes.
Niagara Purple Eagles leading Rider at halftime. Doing so by 23. And, you know, Martin, as we take a look around the MAAC, Niagara showing that they are a force to be reckoned with in this league, but nobody is a force quite like Fairfield.
Fairfield, I can't wait to watch them again in person here at the end of the month. But head coach Carly Thibault-Dudanis is on the Kathy Delaney-Smith Mid-Major Coach of the Year watch list, rightfully so. She's done a fantastic job in year 2 with the Stags.
And a nice game for Ava Solen. She ends up being the Rookie of the Week. Asia Brown of Siena, the reigning MAAC Player of the Week, picking up the double-double in the victory against Iona. And, of course, we are heavy into conference season, 47 days away from the MAAC tournament in Atlantic City. These are the scores that took place today. St. Peter's losing at home early this afternoon to Mount St. Mary's.
Tough game there for St. Peter's as they're hanging right in, looking to grow and continue their forward trajectory.
Yeah, so it's an interesting game up in Hamden as well. Quinnipiac and Fairfield. That's a 15-point spread. And, partner, I just can't help but imagine how different Quinnipiac's year might be if Jackie Grisdale were healthy and available for them.
You're absolutely right. And you look at that score, and then you see that it's at Quinnipiac. That speaks to how Fairfield is playing, just the intensity, how they're taking their show on the road, so to speak. Many coaches say, hey, you got to protect home, and then if we can get 1 or 2 on the road, we're feeling good. Fairfield, clearly undefeated still, is feeling great.
Well, it's a 23-point lead for Niagara at the break. We'll take one more timeout when we return. Stats and highlights and second half action from the Zoo is coming up. Well, Niagara's Sage Glover leading the way off the bench for the Purple Eagles, 11 points and 7 rebounds. Some season highs for her as we take a look at some first-half stats from this one. And, look, you know, you're always going to sort of track the number of possessions in a game when Niagara is playing. 44 field goal attempts for the Purple Eagles in the first half. They made 18 of them for that 41%. And I think that's the biggest part of this, Maren. Only 4 turnovers for Niagara. They valued each possession while creating havoc on the other end. I'm not too concerned about the three-point percentage here, really on either team, because Niagara has been able to score in the paint at will, whether those are transition, second chance. They have been owning the paint. And Niagara, 21 points in the first quarter, 24 in the second. Bronx with 22. overall as we take a look at some first half highlights. And boy, it started early for the MAAC leaders in steals per game. The Purple Eagles take it away around 25 times a game overall.
Nice finish there by not Angel Reese. But we're seeing transition here as we collect ourselves. Michaela Firebaugh using her driving ability, finishing in the paint, and we did not see nearly enough of that. Taylor Langen on the floor. Michaela Firebaugh trying to draw the foul herself.
Something you got to love about Angel Parker's game, the deceleration and transition.
I really love how Niagara really has just continued to keep the pedal down. They're not looking at the scoreboard. They are continuing to build habits. And when we talked with head coach Jada Pierce earlier, she said our principles. We have to stick to our principles. We have to solidify our principles. I've got to believe that she was pleased and challenged her squad in the locker room at halftime to replicate that intensity and that urgency.
You know, that was something that Jada was talking to us about. I mean, you look at Niagara's non-conference schedule, and it's a who's who of some of the biggest names in college basketball. You play LSU and UCLA down in the Cayman Islands. Then you play at Maryland and at West Virginia, a couple of teams receiving votes. And, you know, she said one of the lessons she took away from coaching in those games was that their players and their coaches, they play hard for all 40 minutes. And especially when you play at a pace that Niagara does, you have to remember every game, every minute, every possession counts.
And you're seeing the payoff. They're learning the lessons.
That's Aaliyah Parker. Parker, the younger sister, tracking to 1,000 career points tonight, entered 13 points shy of the mark. Aaliyah Parker has 2 tonight.
And that pass was just a little too out of reach for Jessica Schiffer, not the start that Ryder wanted to play back-to-back possessions on defense.
Pass over the top to break some full court pressure. Angel Parker, clean look. 3 ball is good for Destiny Struther. Second 3 for Struther. This is Deviney inside, and she draws a foul on Amelia Strong.
Strong is saying that she was straight up and very well could have been, but it's the contact that Deviney creates here. Deviney can finish that with her left hand. That's an opportunity for a 3-point play.
Kaylin Deviney, promising first-year forward. Medford, New Jersey, 3 years at Shawnee High School. And then an attempt to get a little bit more exposure. Transferred to Life Center for her final year of high school basketball, and that's where Riders coaching staff saw her playing against Sam Richardson, who is another first-year member of the class. Deviney finishes it off after the Bronx come up with a takeaway.
I really like the soft touch that Kaylin Deviney demonstrates each and every time. Touch is something as a coach you can't necessarily teach. Yes, you can improve mechanics, you can talk about enhancing skill set, but really how the basketball comes off your hand, that's tough to teach.
Bronx with their starting 5 on the floor. Aaliyah Parker is called for a foul and then whipped the ball at the official, and a technical foul has been given to Aaliyah Parker.
Aaliyah Parker was called for that foul, and you can see here quickly throws it back at the referee, who was not ready. She's trying to indicate the foul. As a player, you know that came out a little out of frustration, but I don't think it was malicious or intentional. However, rules are rules, and Michaela Firebaugh is going to try to cut into this deficit here.
It's a situation where it just looked like the pass came out a little bit hotter than Parker was expecting, as Firebaugh knocks down a couple of free throws for the Bronx. And Glover is going to check in for Aaliyah Parker.
Really the best possible situation there. The defense is called for a foul. You get 2 points from the foul line, and you get the basketball back.
Langen. Nice find for Jessica Schiffer, and she bangs a three from the corner.
Really nice execution. And that's where Taylor Langen can help the team without having to score. They miss that ability because so many eyes are turned because of her skill set.
You know, Langen really does have that sort of nose for finding her teammates, so much experience in her career. Langen has dealt with injuries in her collegiate career as Angel Parker misses. Foul on the rebound here is going to go against Niagara.
Tough physical play there by Michaela Fireball.
Foul number 25, Sage Glover. That's her second personal. Team's fourth.
Personal foul here on Glover is her second. Schiffer. Jessica Schiffer for three. That's good. Couple of three balls for Schiffer early here in the third quarter. And Jada Pierce takes timeout for Niagara. A 10-3 sprint for Ryder out of the halftime locker room. And there's a timeout on the floor with 7:40 to go in the third quarter. Well, Jessica Schiffer climbing the ranks in terms of made threes in program history. 8th in program history and makes entering play tonight, now up to 152 in her career. 11 points for Schiffer as the Bronx break out of halftime with a 10-3 run to get back into this one. This is Amelia Strong, denied by Deviney, but a foul. Boy. Deviney's been terrific protecting the rim tonight. She's already got 4 blocked shots.
When we see here, the very end, she goes down. Also probably got her with the body a bit. It's a tough call if you're a Rider Bronx fan.
First one no good for Strong, who transferred in during the 21-22 season to Niagara from LIU Brooklyn. And she gets the roll on the second free throw. See what a difference Taylor Langen provides to the Bronx in terms of breaking that half-court, that full-court pressure. Schiffer in search of Deviney. Takeaway number 14 of the night. And then Strong couldn't catch that one in transition.
Rare turnover tonight for Niagara. So far they've been so good, scoring in transition. 12 fast break points.
Schiffer had some trouble with it there on the sideline. Bronx fortunate to keep it.
That's where somebody in your personal space for 40 straight minutes, or at this point, 24 straight minutes. Test your mentality.
Langen left that one short. And then she and Fireball not able to come up with the rebound. Langen, third in the MAAC in scoring, second in rebounding. Limited to just 2 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists tonight. Playing with 3 personal fouls here in the third quarter. Glover bounces to Strong, who lays it in. A nice connection between Sage Glover and Amelia Strong.
Really nice give and go. And then at the end, I liked Amelia Strong's shot fake, got Deviney up in the air.
Fireball for 3. No. Offensive rebound for Sanaa Redmond. First year with the Bronx, transferred in from Samford. Langen never quite had it. 3-on-2 for Niagara. This is Hicks. And she lays it in.
Talk about composure to keep that pivot foot. Hicks did a nice job.
Sanaa Redmond trying to break the run. Where is the foul? And finally, Langen lays it in plus a foul. Foul on Lori Porter. Bronx shooting free throws for the rest of the third quarter now.
This is only the 4th offensive rebound for Ryder, and why that's a problem. Niagara has had 14 offensive rebounds and turned those into multiple extra possessions, which lead to extra points, which wear down the defense. It's a whole cumulative effect.
Parker able to shake free from Langen. Rossignol, no. Fireball out ahead of the pack. Easiest bucket of the night for Ryder.
I was thinking the same thing, John. But that comes back to Taylor Langen's strength. Not many basketball players can throw a baseball pass on target from the baseline over half court.
Hicks. Angel Parker, under 10. Parker for 3. Deviney has the rebound for the Bronx. And then look at Angel Parker in the backcourt, take it away from Redmond. Rossignol forces it up and in. And a foul here is going to go on Marley Dickerson, trying to deny Taylor Langen. Well, Bronx made some inroads, but Niagara responds. And they lead it 55-36 halfway through the third quarter. Bronx at home here today, and then the Hourglass rivalry with St. Peter's. Short trip on Saturday afternoon. That's 2 o'clock tip. We'll be back with you 1 week from tonight. Bronx and Fairfield. We'll see if the Stags are still on that lengthy winning streak. 13 straight games entering play today.
Shooting!
Fairfield remains the lone unbeaten in the MAAC this year. Niagara was picked as the preseason favorite this year. Couple of free throws here for Taylor Langen.
Jen, I'm interested to see how long preseason polls last. In talking with coaches, you know, in the end of the non-conference, going into conference play, most coaches are saying, I'm doing my best, but I don't know with transfers in and people leaving really what a team is going to look like or be like, or how competitive with teams changing conferences.
You know, I wonder if maybe we wait to a sort of preseason pick, as Rossignol has the bucket inside for Niagara. I wonder if maybe you wait until maybe the week before Christmas, or whenever, you know, sort of maybe the week before you do conference play, depending on what league, when it starts. As Mariana Cause has her first field goal tonight for Ryder.
Great body control there by Cause as Parker came in the help.
Dickerson had it blocked into the hands of Aaliyah Parker. Halfway down and out. Cleared by Michaela Firebaugh for the Bronx. Niagara winning the battle on the glass in this one, 33-22. Aaliyah McIver shovels to Cause, who lays it in.
Back-to-back buckets there by Mariana Cause. Nice to see her and Taylor Langen playing together here in the third quarter. Cutting in, decreasing this lead by Niagara.
It gives the Bronx an element of speed in the front court.
And as a coaching staff, that's what you're trying to do when you hit the portal and your high school recruiting. You're trying to put complementary pieces together. That's one of Penn head coach Mike McLaughlin's favorite word, complementary pieces and complementary players.
Bronx have gotten it to 16 once again here in the third quarter. Schiffer on the pull-up. That's good. Jessica Schiffer having a nice night. Give her 13 points.
That's a tough shot. Contested, off the bounce. Like you said, she's having a good night.
Bronx have 27 combined from Firebaugh and Schiffer tonight. Fiddler cans a three from the corner. What a shot.
She's got tremendous arc on that three ball.
Two minutes to go in the third quarter. Schiffer for three. Halfway down and out.
For a hot second, I thought that pass was coming to me.
Fiddler, another one. Yes! Shelby Fiddler, sophomore from Roanoke, Virginia. Couple of key threes here in the final moments of the third quarter.
She doesn't take the most on the team, but she's got the best percentage from downtown.
McIver's pass is intercepted. Fiddler's got it. Hicks directing traffic. McIver with good hands. Langen has the steal. 3-on-2 for the Bronx. Firebaugh for three. Really had to have it.
Ryder has shown a variety of defenses. Now they're back to man-to-man, trying to keep Niagara just off balance offensively, out of rhythm.
Boy, nicely done by Ari Hicks. Hicks with 8 now off the bench. A lot of bench scoring for Niagara. This is Langen bouncing to Michaela Firebaugh, who lays it in.
Great pass, and let's talk about the strength needed to make that bounce pass at distance.
Hicks in the final seconds, blocked by Aaliyah McIver. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Oh, a big rush from the Bronx coming out of halftime, but Niagara responds with their third consecutive 20-point quarter tonight. That is the lead for Niagara as we head to the fourth tonight in Lawrenceville.
When you don't lock your car, you've left an open invitation. Turn your car off, take the key or fob, lock the door. Your stolen car may be used to commit other crimes, so lock it or lose it. Brought to you by the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor.
At Fulton Bank, we're personally invested in every community we serve, like local decision-making and financial coaching that helped Fernando open his own shop. Fulton Bank, a community bank that's big and small in all the right ways.
Niagara University is really where I became the more confident version of myself. I always had the drive, but they really showed me the way to get it done. Now, I'm ready to take on law school and the world.
People always say, just be yourself. But who is that anyway? Were you yourself when you were born? Or do you grow into it? There's only one way to find out. Try everything. Make mistakes. Come back stronger. Free to become exactly the person you were meant to be. Rider University. Free to roam.
Well, it's time now to reveal the answer to our trivia question today. When was the last time Niagara was in the MAAC title game? 1997. That is the type of rarefied air that Ada Pierce and her program are trying to reach this season. And, it feels, Maren, like this potentially could be the year with Angel Parker and Aaliyah Parker. And then you add such star-level players like Destiny Struther to the program this year, and you see why they were picked preseason favorite.
When they are healthy, and I think their record is a little deceiving. What we are seeing today with a full slate, healthy players, much better than the 4-4, 7-11 record that is in the media.
Redmond, Cause, Langen, Firebaugh, and Lynch, the 5 for the Bronx. And Redmond is called for an offensive foul.
Scout defense is on point there as Lori Porter steps in to take the charge.
Well, 12 players into the game for Niagara tonight, all but one into the scoring column. The lone without is Kylie Buckley. And the ball finds Buckley inside. She's called for a travel.
Traveling violation. Possession to the Bronx.
Firebaugh is called for stepping out of bounds.
I like how she looks at the ground like, did it move? How did it get there?
It was just sort of a graze of her foot as she was sliding into the spot there in the corner.
As a coach, you're imploring your team to stay wide, play wide, run the floor wide. Not quite that wide if you're Michaela Firebaugh.
Boy, really the first time tonight that Niagara has a real miscommunication. It's sort of an unforced turnover, if you will. It's their 10th of the game, but it's really the first time they looked out of sync. Redmond tries a 3 and got it. Sanaa Redmond becoming a little bit more willing to shoot from the three-point line in league play. Her third make of the year. Strong spinning against Taylor Langen, and a whistle.
Rider foul number 23, Taylor Langen. That's her 4th personal.
Head coach Lynn Milligan is beside herself. First she wanted the travel, and then obviously is not pleased when a player of the stature that Taylor Langen has picks up foul number 4, forces her to come to the bench. I can't believe for very long. Maybe long enough to help her gain her composure, give her a couple of instructional points, and get her back out.
Free throw good for Amelia Strong. A couple of real good games back-to-back for her. 13-5 against Manhattan, 11-6 in the overtime win against Quinnipiac. Strong has had some moments tonight. Up to 9 points now with 6 rebounds in 22 minutes. Redmond Lays it in with the left hand.
Strong move, finish versus contact.
Aaliyah Parker answers at the other end. Her second field goal, she's got 4. 9 points shy of 1,000 in her career for Aaliyah Parker. Cause missed with the left hand. Lynch comes up with the offensive rebound for the Bronx.
Look at the scramble by Niagara, looking to close out on the shooters.
Lynch for 3. She left it short. Cause able to save it in bounds. Fireball. And it will result in a turnover. Sage Glover, who had a hot hand in the first half. 11 and 7 for her today, season highs, as Strother misses for 2. Rebounded by Molly Lynch. Well, the official was hit by the pass, and I think given where he was on the court, you can assume the ball would have gone out of bounds. But what is the rule on that, Maren? Is it still play on if he's still in the field, if he's on the court?
That's a wonderful question, and I think we both have homework on the drive home tonight. I thought that the referee was in play. I thought that if the ball was deflected, bounced off of the referee, I thought that the referee was in play. But obviously things have changed, and we will educate ourselves.
Well, here's a jump ball. Possession will stay with Niagara. 7 on the shot clock. Glover, Angel Parker, Aaliyah Parker missed it. Glover couldn't finish. Strother comes out of there. Porter tries a 3. It's good for Lori Porter. She's got 9 off the bench. It's the 5th 3 tonight for Niagara.
Porter's a good shooter. Fiddler's a good shooter on a team that really likes to drive and get downhill. It's fantastic balance when you also have kids who are able to shoot the 3.
Devaney able to save the rebound and play for the Bronx. Lynch feeds Mariana Cause. Well, tonight, the 3rd time in MAAC play that Niagara has gone over 70 points. Pardon, the 4th time overall. Doing so at St. Peter's, at home against Mount St. Mary's, and then last time out against Quinnipiac. Nicely done, as Strong finds Angel Parker. And the older Parker sister with more than 1,300 career points will go to the free throw line for the Purple Eagles.
I appreciate how hard Angel Parker plays. You would not think that she's 5'5", regular build. She shows tenacity, aggressiveness, grit.
And just great skill on the ball, too. She's got great hands. One out of 2 for Angel Parker. Can the Bronx shoot their way back into this one? Certainly have the horses from the three-point line between Devaney, Fireball, and Schiffer. Cause. Nice finish inside.
Nice little step through. Most thought the ball was going to the corner. Shows her ability to be creative and finish at the rim. 4 of 5 shooting tonight, 9 points.
The travel inside as Rosenall took that big step before she put it on the floor.
Sometimes it's baptism by fire for freshmen. You can practice, you can be in the weight room. You gotta play, especially in the post. You gotta play against different size post players, physicality, styles.
Another turnover generated by Niagara's pressure. Strong, no. Strother. And Strong, you can count it, plus a foul.
3 offensive rebounds in one possession, certainly persistence.
Second personal on Michaela Firebaugh. There's a timeout on the floor. Free throw coming for Amelia Strong when we return to Lawrenceville. Picked as the preseason favorite, the Purple Eagles rolling through. MAAC play at 4-4. Win here today would be their 5th straight against Rider in the season series, and they're at Mount St. Mary's on Saturday afternoon, at Canisius Tuesday, and then a home game against St. Peter's for the one-game week for them.
Bit of an extended road trip. Obviously, they are going home here before heading out again next weekend.
It's so interesting for Niagara. They started league play at 2-0, wins at Iona and at St. Peter's. Got a couple of losses by one possession as the Bronx are not able to break the 10-second call. And Taylor Langan is asking for a video review on this. I'm not sure we're going to get one in a 21-point game. But at a minimum, Lynn Milligan deserves a explanation which she received from the officials.
The basketball needs to be caught.
Yeah.
And I think there's not necessarily clarity amongst players and coaches, and certainly fans don't quite understand the detail of the rule. But the basketball needs to establish position on the other side of the timeline.
Hicks, the miss inside, and the rebound is last touched by Niagara. I think there's also sort of a visual element when you see 10 seconds going off the clock. It starts at 30, and you see it only at 20, and you're saying to yourself, oh, yeah, that's 10 seconds, but are you sure? Shouldn't it be 19 when you blow the whistle? Some people can't do math. Strong with the steal. That's the 24th turnover for the Bronx tonight. Jumper for Strong is halfway down and out. Langen's got the board, and, we should know, Marin, that is the 70th field goal attempt in tonight's game for Niagara. 9th time this year they've had at least 70 field goal attempts.
The more you shoot the ball, the better shot you have to win the basketball game. That's pretty obvious. But it plays into, and it is an explanation of the pace of play and the style of play that's so unique to Niagara. Do other teams press? Absolutely. Do other teams create havoc in the half court? Yes. That's not the news, but it's the fact that they do it off of a defensive rebound, off of a made foul shot, made field goal, every single possession. That takes a lot of effort on the defensive end for these players to put out, and then to be able to continue to shoot the basketball and score at a high pace. Impressive.
Foul here is on Buckley.
That's her first personal, team second of the quarter.
Three players in double figures for Niagara in this one. Led by Destiny Struther with 12. High-low between Deviney and Langen. A lot of fourth quarter minutes for Ari Hicks tonight. 8 points, 7 assists, and 2 steals for her. Hicks. Langen has her on the switch. That's a long two, and she got it from the corner.
It's really impressive because of the size of Hicks. At 5'5" over the much taller, stronger, broader Taylor Langen as the defender.
Number 15, Kylie Buckley. That's her second personal, team's third of the quarter.
Foul Kylie Buckley. We'll get a couple of free throws here for Aaliyah McIver.
We see McIver taking the contact and making sure she's getting the foul line by getting the basketball up off the glass.
McIver averaging around 10 minutes per game this year. Reiner head coach Lynn Milligan has told us about how her ideal setup has McIver and Redmond just about even in terms of minutes played, as Jada Pierce takes a timeout here under 3 minutes to go. And, it's an element of sort of peering toward the future for the Bronx as well, to try to get McIver on-ball reps as a first-year guard.
It's very important for experience, and that's what you're alluding to, John. It's easy to say, but when she's a sophomore, she'll be better, she'll be stronger. But how does that happen? By time in the gym, by film work, and by live reps. Yes, you hope it's in more competitive situations than this, but nonetheless, the pace, the physicality, playing with referees is so important, skill set-wise, confident-wise.
And I think to her credit, you see the turnovers combined in the last couple of games here for that Niagara has played in. This just sort of speaks to their pace. And, I would say, Marin, that You know, the minutes that Aaliyah McIver has provided for the Bronx tonight have generally been positive.
She's been a scoring option as well as another ball handler to break the press, handle the pressure, and helped alleviate some of that pressure from Schiffer, Fireball, Langen. Certainly been a positive today. Seems to have been sorted out in the Niagara huddle. This is Jada Pierce coaching to the end, taking what her squad learned in the non-conference. And let's be honest, she's playing some of these nationally ranked teams, and they are not close games at the end, and yet coaches are still coaching and expecting and demanding things of their players, and this might not be the closest score, but she's doing the same thing here.
Nicely done by Sage Glover. She's matched her career high in this one with 13 points off the bench. Langen tries the three, and that one ends up on top of the backboard. And for the first time tonight, Taylor Blunt and Sam Richardson off the Bronx bench. A couple of graduate players, Jessica Schiffer and Taylor Langen, head to the sideline. That's probably all for Ryder in those two starters, Schiffer and Langen. And Blunt forces a turnover.
Niagara is a team that obviously turns their opponents over at a high clip, but they have also fell victim to the turnover bug, averaging about 20 turnovers a game. Done a nice job here tonight, valuing the possession with only 12.
Wonder if this is an issue with the shot clock, as the clocks did not start when the ball was put back in play for the Bronx. You know, Marian, you've certainly been through situations like this, maybe as a player on one side or the other, certainly as a coach is on one side or the other. What kind of things do you look for when some of these players at the end of the bench get opportunities late in the game?
You're looking for consistency. You're looking for effort. They're role players if they haven't played much up until this point of the season or this point of the game. And so it's not that you're changing your expectations, but you know them as players, and you're looking for specific areas of growth throughout the course of the season in practice. Now they're giving minutes. How do they make the most of those?
That's Jamia Blake inside for the Bronx, her first field goal. Blake, a transfer into the program this year, a couple of years at UNC Asheville. That's Lexi Rowe. And Ari Hicks. 7 to shoot for Niagara. Hicks has it blocked by Taylor Blunt.
On the flip side, Niagara is trying to do the same thing. Get their bench. Now they usually play 10, 11 kids, so their bench, that definition looks different. But getting their bench, their lesser used players, the game experience as well. As coaches, you know you're one illness away, one set of foul trouble with the specific players because referees are calling the game a certain way and your players haven't adjusted.
Well, Lexi Rowe doesn't get a whole lot of opportunities, and you saw the bench rise to their feet on that last three-point attempt. Rowe, just her third appearance in league play this year. Brunches, that is for 2. Another opportunity for the Bronx inside. Blunt has her pass tipped and intercepted. This is Fiddler. 2-on-1. Hicks lays it in. Career day for Hicks off the bench. 12 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. That is Sam Richardson inside. She is fouled by Sage Glover.
Niagara foul number 25, Sage Glover. That's her third personal, team's 5th of the quarter. To the line for the Bronx, number 13, Sam Richardson. Shooting.
Here's Sam Richardson, first-year forward from Linden, New Jersey. Played her high school ball at St. Benedict's Prep. As Lynn Milligan tells the story, it was her and her staff watching Sam Richardson play one of her games in high school when they discovered Kaylin Deviney on the opposite side for Life Center. And now those two teammates together as Richardson hits a couple of free throws here in the final minute of an 81-60 game. Rowe in amongst the trees, had it blocked by Brunches. Glover traveled inside.
You like to see, it's heartwarming. Yes, sports are uber competitive, but it's heartwarming when you see a role player, a bench player, the walk-ons on different teams get in, and the bench so excited for their opportunity. Everybody has a role, and some roles are to score, and other roles are to be great glue kids or locker room kids, but everybody's so important, and when you're trying to win a championship, every single kid counts.
A couple more free throws here for Sam Richardson. Bronx, after this one, headed to St. Peter's on Saturday. They'll try to bounce back as well. St. Peter's took a 3-point loss to Mount St. Mary earlier this afternoon. A couple of free throws for Richardson, give her 4 points. And it looks like that'll do it here tonight in Lawrenceville. Well, it's a 5th straight win for Niagara in the series against Ryder, after winning all 3 matchups between the two teams a year ago, including in the MAAC quarterfinals last year. And the Purple Eagles lead for all but about 25 seconds in this one, on their way to an 81-62 win over the Bronx.
Rider University, 62.
4 players end up in double figures for Niagara today, led by Sage Glover, who goes for 13 points and 9 rebounds. Take a look at some final statistics in this one. See the low 3-point percentage for Niagara. Didn't really matter much. That's 5 out of 22 from 3-point range. Marked advantages on the glass and in the turnover margin as well. That is right around the season average. Niagara forces their opponent to turn it over on average 25 times per game. They forced 26 in this one. And our own Martin Walseth is with Niagara head coach Jada Pierce.
You talk a lot about sticking to your principles. Can you evaluate your defensive effort tonight?
I think the first half we really did a great job of it. Came out a little bit slow in the second half. Obviously had to call a timeout. They scored 12 points quickly, which was not what we wanted, but I think we got back to it after that. Credit to a tough Rider team. They never go away. They never quit, and we knew that. So I think I would give us about a 3.5 to a 4 based on the performance of all 4 quarters.
You talk about never going away. Talk about Hicks for a minute. 12 and 7. How important is she?
Oh my gosh, unbelievable. She's gotten better from last year. A lot of great minutes. Just a really smart player. You know you're in good hands when she has the ball in her hands, and she's going to make a good play.
Good plays. You had 42 points in the paint. How important is establishing your dominance in the paint?
Well, that was something we wanted to key on as far as getting fast break points, and that includes us getting layups, getting runouts, every chance that we could get. So I think that's great. 42 points, very good. I can't wait to tell them that when I get in the locker room.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Myra. Appreciate it.
Niagara, a winner, 81-62. For my broadcast partner, Martin Walseth, our producer, Anthony Corby, and our entire Bronx Vision crews, John Moses saying good evening from Lawrenceville, where Niagara is a winner over Ryder, 81-62. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. See quite a bit of Molly Lynch tonight. Schiffer gives it up, and Struther pays it off.
The Purple Eagles play. They turn their steals into offense.
Jessica Schiffer answers. In place of Langen. Redmond in some trouble, and Porter, Angel Parker, got it to go against the 6'3".
Niagara is showing on both ends of the floor.
Boy, look at the activity defensively. Lori Porter with the takeaway and lays it in with the left hand. Fireball to the baseline and lays it in. Breaks the run for the Broncos. Backing in and gets it done off the window. Defended. Fireball has it knocked away. Aaliyah McIver back in for the Bronx. Parker. Oh, wow. What a finish from Angel Parker. Aaliyah McIver back in for the Bronx. Parker. Oh, wow. What a finish from Angel Parker. Wow. What a finish from Angel Parker. Using the window to her advantage. And Angel Parker using the window to her advantage.
We know she was out at the beginning of the year.
Parker leaking out. This is Marley Dickerson with an easy finish. Leaking out, that is Sage Glover. Leaking out, that is Sage Glover. She lays it in, plus a foul. Langen, nice find for Jessica Schiffer, and she bangs a three from the corner. Jessica Schiffer for three. That's good. Couple of three balls for Jessica Schiffer for three. That's good. Couple of three balls here in the third quarter. Glover bounces to Strong, who lays it in. Fireball out ahead of the pack. Easiest bucket of the night for Ryder. Fiddler cans a Fiddler cans a three from the corner. Redmond tries a three and got it. Sanam. Cause. Nice finish inside. Of the night. And then this is Fiddler. 2-on-1. Hicks lays it in.